So what unfair trade is when foreign countries, particularly in my opinion, China, they just dump these things in here. They do everything they can to scoot around all of our laws, and it unfairly and unjustly impacts the everyday worker in these facilities.
When you hear some of the testimony and go over some of the facts, a lot of times they'll dump tires here for less than what they sell them in their own market, and sometimes less than what it even costs them to produce them.
So when we talk about anti-dumping, it refers to, remedies that go in place for a country that is dumping products at a lower cost in the United States than they would sell it for in their home country, or a lower cost than it takes for them to make it in their home country. When we talk about countervailing duties, there are duties that go in place for a country that subsidizes products being sold by a company that is then sold in the United States for a cheaper price. China, for example. China pays for the cost of electricity for a company in their country. That's a subsidy because we don't get the same benefit here in the United States.
The United Steelworkers is the #1 union when it comes to trade cases. There's about 700 orders, which is basically 700 products have been found dumped or subsidized into the U.S. market. And we're party to 1 in 4 of those cases.
When you're looking for people that bring cases, you'll see steelworkers. I have a lot of respect for other unions, but they don't deal with the kind of dumping that we do. If we didn't do this, I could say with confidence, most of the tire plants in the United States would not exist.
What happens in these cases is you cannot file a case without there already being a multitude of workers who have lost their jobs.
It's unfortunate, right, that we have to lose to win when we file these trade cases or join these trade cases, but the goal is to create a situation where the U.S. producer and company can then have the space and the time they need to then recoup capacity and hopefully recoup jobs.
I mean, think about it this way. What other country in the world has trade laws where you literally have to show harm, you have to be damaged, you have to lose money in order to even file a case, okay? I mean, it's crazy.
I could not be prouder of the United Steelworkers and what they do for our members. Some of these trade cases are, they cost money, and, regardless of what, our dues bring to the steelworkers, they bring these cases on behalf of our members because they know it's the right thing to do. And, that's what they do as a union, protect their members.
And when our jobs go down, when our facilities go down, entire communities go down. And so this is the education that we have to do as a union when we're on Capitol Hill talking about strengthening our trade enforcement and strengthening our trade laws so that we have the ability as a union, but really as a country, to make sure that we protect domestic industry and we protect manufacturing workers and communities across the country. There are some who feel like, the United States, manufacturing was our past. Bullshit. We quite literally helped to build this country, steelworker members did. And there is a future that steelworker members are a part of building now. And when we file these cases, it's a part of using those tools to ensure that we have a future, not just for steelworker members today, but for steelworker members into the future. So it's about our livelihood.